In this video, I'm going to talk about the basic differences in marketing fiction versus nonfiction. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and this video will help you avoid that. Marketing. It's not one size fits all. Depending on what you write, you'll naturally have to approach marketing differently. But one of the things that irks me is that there's misinformation about there on how to market fiction versus nonfiction, and there are a lot of authors that don't know the difference. In general, you have to take very different approaches to each one. In general, fiction is about marketing your book's entertainment value. Nonfiction is about solving problems. I want to focus on fiction authors in particular for this video because they sometimes follow advice that's actually meant for nonfiction authors. Here's some marketing advice to avoid when marketing your fiction. The first one I want to talk about is using Google AdSense or some other sort of keyword research tool to do keyword research for your novel. I hear this so much and it's such a waste of time. The truth is that if you don't know the keywords for your novel, Google's keyword planning tool is probably not going to help you. Google keywords are for driving traffic to your website, not your book page. All the SEO in the world won't help you on Amazon. The best and most effective way to do keyword research is to do it right in the search engine of the retailers where you're selling your books. And maybe I'll do another video on that in the future. But this tip works very well for nonfiction authors though, because they can find niche keywords that will help them drive traffic to their website and thus build an audience. So is it an example where it's bad advice? No, it's not bad advice. It's just not necessarily meant for fiction authors. The next thing I see people doing is using keyword research tools like Kindle Samurai and Kindle Spy to find good keywords and genres for their books. You know, these are good tools, but as I said before, keyword research is not that difficult and you can do it for free. For fiction, there aren't that many categories on Amazon, and there really aren't that many keywords for any potential book that you'd want to be writing, so if you don't know which one your book falls into, you probably have other problems. Kindle Samurai and Kindle Spy are great for people looking to find profitable nonfiction niches though. So again, this is an example of a tool that works very well, but is not necessarily applicable to fiction authors. You can use it, but is it really the best use of your time? Here's another tip. Anytime you hear someone talking about finding a niche, that's nonfiction. A niche is a subset of people who have shared problems and interests. A nonfiction author needs to know this so he or she can market a product to them. Don't chase niches as a fiction author. Please, chase readers. And readers only have one problem, and that's they want to find another book to read, and it should be yours. They have shared interests, but to try to problem solve for them is a waste of time. Another thing that nonfiction authors can do that fiction authors can't do as well is blogging about writing on their websites or blogs. There's nothing wrong with writers talking about writing, but there's a place for it. If you're a fiction writer who blogs, you want to be blogging about your books or something non-writing related. This is because readers, by and large, don't want to read about writing. Sorry, but they don't. If you can't find anything to write about other than writing, then maybe you shouldn't blog. Or consider doing it on another website. This is why I keep my fiction and nonfiction operations as two separate businesses. You'll only find a brief mention of Author Level Up on my Michael or Ronn fiction website. Same with Author Level Up with my fiction. There is some overlap between the two, but not as much as you might think. Because that's the fundamental mistake that authors make. They think that readers or writers will follow both their writing and reading endeavors. That's never been the case for me, and that's never really been the case for any other authors I know as well. I'll leave it at that for now, but there's a lot of other things we could cover. But just remember, the next time you're considering marketing advice, your goal as a fiction author is to sell more books and build a tribe of engaged readers. It's not to fill a niche or solve a problem. If you hear advice dedicated to helping you solve readers' problems or finding a new niche of fiction, just be a little cautious. The advice is either misinformation on the part of the person giving it, or it's coming from a place down the chain that might have actually been meant for a nonfiction audience. As I always say, the greatest part about the author community is the fact that we can actively share wonderful information. But you still have to be good at filtering advice and using what makes the most sense for you and your author business. So just remember, the goal of marketing fiction is to market your book's entertainment value, and the goal for nonfiction is to solve a problem for your niche. That's it for this video. If this is your first time watching, I'd love to have you subscribe. And if this video helped you in some way, do me a favor and click the like button. Thanks for watching.